I want to make a space for people to raise any, really three things. Any sort of takeaways, anything that you feel like is critical that you're taking back to talk with others about Family First, and anything that is important from the standpoint of what you need to happen next, whether it be at the level of your action steps or supports that Casey or other partners or even ACF might need to know about. So any takeaways that anybody wants to raise? Something maybe you thought you knew or understood about Family First, but then learned different or became more excited about because of this conversation today? Anything that people want to raise? And we have a mic runner coming to you, and if you could just stand and introduce yourself. Is it on? We get that mic on?
Is it on?
Yeah,
Okay,
it's on now. There we go. Good running, though. Good running, Carol. Go ahead.
Angelina Callis, and I am here representing Sachangu Child and Family Services, part of the Rosebud Sioux tribe. So it's not so much a need or something. Yeah. I feel like I didn't know anything, and then I learned a whole bunch. So, but I'm curious. Casey has always been really great at supporting, like, especially tribes and building partnerships and like sort of guiding us in the way of how we host stakeholders and how we build those things. And so I just wanted maybe to ask, you know, now we're coming up on this sort of new era, right? And so especially for Sachangu Child and Family Services, because we're a little rural and we're out there, although I know this is a problem for all tribes, how we build those partnerships, like, I guess I'm sort of looking to Casey to guide us in that way, like, or even creating MOUs with like treatment facilities that we maybe have never done before. You all have always been a great resource for that. So I am kind of just looking to make sure that, you know,
that capacity building.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. And we heard some of that capacity building need in the listening session with Commissioner Milner as well. So thank you for raising that. Others, things that you are taking away from this meeting, maybe needs that you want to elevate. Anything else? Was it, oh, here we go, over here. Mike's coming to you. Carol, you're very fast. Great job, great job. Is it on? Mic on?
How to?
Okay, very good, very good.
Pentatonics, here I come. Anyway, so one of the things that we would like to do, I mean, this collaboration early on in this family prevention is so important, and it's great, but we want to know and hope that and advocate for more as we are going on in this implementation, that we have the opportunity to share information with the how other states are implementing things. Okay. And I think one of my teammates here was talking about a clearinghouse so that people don't recreate the wheel. So being able to share that information with each other would be really good.
Places and spaces to share. Okay, got it. Others? Was the day helpful? Yeah? Do you feel like there's something specific that you might be going home to do, like as a priority action step? Anybody coming up with that in your head yet? If there is something that's critical for you to do when you go home that might be helpful for others to hear in the room? Anything like that? Okay. And would you mind introducing yourself again? Thanks.
Johanna Farmer, Pasco Yaqui Tribe. I think one thing is the working groups that we were kind of talking about at the last session with the state and then the other tribes in Arizona. And then the second thing I was kind of thinking about was like maybe an implementation like checklist of like the things that we have to like kind of go through to like start implementing the provisions of the law.
Okay, great. And so again, be sure to check out the resource site, because there's things like the timeline that might be helpful to inform that checklist and other resources that might be useful. Other things that might be action steps or takeaways. All right. So What I want to do is make a space for some final remarks of anyone that would like to share. But I did, Anita, if you wouldn't mind, Judge Find It, if you wouldn't mind, we'd like, if you want to make some final remarks now, I'm going to bring a mic to you. Bethany has one, she'll bring it to you. Anything that you want to elevate as we close?
She caught me talking to somebody else.
Sorry, Judge.
Yes. So I think, there's been a lot of discussion with the tribes about, I don't know if I would say concern, but there's a lot of talk about evidence-based practices and how the tribes are going to achieve that with small populations in isolated rural areas. So that is a question that we are talking about a lot. So I think the other question that came up was about tribal consultation, and I know that Commissioner Milner has promised that there would be official tribal consultation this summer. So so we're interested in meeting with him at that time, and I think the other probably the most urgent topic is the comments that are due on July 22nd. And so I think we kind of have a plan. Holly Echohawk is working on some comments for us, and we'll share those with the tribes so that they know what she is suggesting.
Okay, thanks. Joan Smith? Joan?
So
Okay, there you go.
on this coming Friday,
Could you just introduce yourself, Joan?
I'm sorry,
So they know
I'm
who you
Joan
are.
Smith with Systems Improvement, and on this coming Friday there will be a webinar. Hopefully you've heard about it, but we'll make sure we get it out for more information on the comments and thoughts around the comments to be able to share with tribes and jurisdictions. So be looking for that. If you haven't seen it or heard about it, ask your strategic consultant or your ICW team member. And we want to make sure that if you want to be a part of that and hear more about that and any additional help we can give on that, make sure that you're aware of that. And I know this is I'm probably not the last person commenting, but I just wanted to acknowledge Cheryl and the team that put this all together, because we asked them to do it in a very short period and really appreciate that. And I just want to reiterate the commitment that Casey does want to really assist everyone in being able to take advantage of the opportunity of Family First and beyond, and to be able to move your systems forward. And to that extent, we need the feedback from you about what's working, what's not, and what more you need. And please be telling us that. This is a dialogue. This is the beginning of it, and there's lots more that we can do together. So know that this isn't just a one-shot deal. That this is the beginning of that kind of conversation. So thank you very much for being here and sharing with us what you have already. It's been extremely helpful.
Thanks, Joan. And just, and I appreciate the thanks to me and others, but I want to add to that and highlight two others that are really critical. Bethany and Cindy. You will see Bethany in the corner, and Cindy also. Could you wave, you guys, just because they made today run so smoothly, and we really did plan this very quickly. So anyway, just thank you both. You all are tremendous. Commissioner Miller, anything you wanted to say just in closing?
I think I've started to repeat myself, which is not unusual. The only thing that I would say is, once again, thank all of you for being here and for letting those of us from Children's Bureau be a part of your meeting to get to hear your concerns. The real beneficiaries of this are us, because we get to interact with you and hear what's on your mind, and again to learn from you. So I just want to thank you again.
Thanks, Commissioner. So any other final thoughts before we close? Oh, here we go. Can you, Carol? Carol's coming. Okay.
For your future meetings, I think
Would
that
you mind stand up? Would you mind standing up? Thank you.
My name is Red Fox Sanchez. I'm Tribal Health Director for MHA Nation in North Dakota. And for your future meetings, you really should invite Indian Health Service to the table, especially if you're talking about mental health services, substance abuse services. You really need to bring them to the table as well.
Thank you. Thank you for that feedback. And building on that, as I said, you will get evaluation communication tomorrow, and it'll have a link to a survey as well as the link to the resource site. So please keep giving sort of feedback like that helps us continue to not only build our capacity and the success of these meetings, but the other supports that follow. So keep that in mind. Any other feedback, insights before we close? All right, well, thank you. Oh, wait, somebody? Oh, sorry, I'm sorry, I didn't see you, I apologize. Go ahead.
Hi, good afternoon. Julie Bird. I come out of Nambe Pueblo's Equa Department. I'm tribal member of Okeowinge. And I just had a real quick comment. We were sitting here discussing what all happened today. And, just a suggestion for the future is knowing that we have all this information to digest, it would be really helpful if we could turn it into maybe a 2-day
Okay.
session so that we have time to digest, and then we also have time to develop an action plan. So then we have people that can assist us in all these other questions that come up from all the information presented. So I think that's something, as consortium members from the New Mexico side, we'd be willing to see happen in the future, or
That's
we
great.
would like to see happen.
Thank you for that feedback. And building on that, the notion of that planning support in a place of being informed, right? Planning support that follows that informational exchange. Another comment here?
Leos Incheñabu, Ini Rosa Soto Alvarez, TEAC. Good afternoon. My name is Rosa Soto Alvarez. I am a tribal council member for the Pascuayaqui tribe. And I know I said my thank yous in the smaller sessions, but I just wanted to publicly thank each and every one of you for the work that you're doing, the lives that you're impacting. I just want to thank you. I know sometimes we can get lost and frustrated and just agitated with all the lingo of the laws. Please don't forget the children. I grew up in the foster care system. I grew up as a ICWA child, and because of ICWA, I grew up in a traditional home on my reservation and now serving my people. So again, just don't lose sight, because ICWA works, and I thank you for the work that each and every one of you guys are doing. Thank you, and God bless.
Thank you. And that is a powerful way to end this meeting. Thank you for that. Thank you for all you do for children and families. Safe travels home. Thank you, everybody.